In the streets of Paris, Christians kneel and pray, asking God to deliver France from a same-sex marriage bill they believe amounts to a new French Revolution. Certain to become law, it would not only grant homosexuals the right to marry, but the right of same-sex couples to adopt children. Same-sex marriage has been legalized in 12 nations so far, most of them in the Western world. And it's been partially legalized in an additional 3 nations, including the United States. France will be next.
All we're asking for is to have the same rights as everybody, the right to get married or not.
I've been with my boyfriend for the last 20 years. We have a very normal life. We have the same rights as straight people have. We pay our taxes. We are raising a little girl the best we can.
The socialist government of François Hollande will essentially destroy and then redefine the traditional institution of marriage for the benefit of a relatively tiny part of the population. As is the case in most Western nations, homosexuals account for less than 5% of the population in France. Some opponents of France's same-sex marriage law see it as a cynical ploy by a socialist government to use what's billed as a human rights issue to destroy the traditional family and Christianity. Alana Scotta is president of the Catholic organization Civitas.
It's obvious that the government has declared war on Christianity. Marriage is between a man and a woman. If today we decide that marriage is for gays, tomorrow we will have polygamy.
Antoine Renard, president of the Associations of French Catholic Families, says the Hollande government is using children to carry out its social revolution.
For example, the Minister of Education said in writing that has been sent to all education directors that the government is committed to use the young people to change the mentalities. Can you imagine? It's almost a war declaration. Use our children to change our minds.
It sounds like social revolution.
Exactly.
But not all oppose the same-sex marriage law for religious reasons. A widely held view among atheists is that it is unnatural and will hurt children. Opposition to France's gay marriage law has brought together a fascinating coalition of Christians, atheists, and homosexuals. Emmanuel Ducamp is with the gay group Homovox. He says the bill goes too far.
It goes too far in the sense that it makes the majority of the population live under a law that has been cast for a minority, which I don't consider fair. We have 2 parents of different sex. Wherever we are heterosexual or we are homosexual, there can't be 2 parents of the same sex. It's not natural.
Protesters gathered in Paris last week to stand against anti-homosexual violence after a gay man was severely beaten when he and his boyfriend were walking through an immigrant section of Paris. Violence against homosexuals is said to have tripled, and some fear the same-sex marriage law will bring more street attacks from France's growing Muslim population. While a slim majority in France supports same-sex marriage, they do not support homosexual couples adopting children. But the bill is almost certain to become law anyway. These protesters believe the France they knew that upheld traditional family is slipping away. And indeed it is. Dale Hurd, CBN News, Paris.